You're now tuned in to the Creator Suite podcast.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Creator Suite podcast. I'm Abita Austin. I'm the founder of the Creator Suite.
I'm Josie Carr. I'm a producer, artist, entrepreneur, and educator.
Hey everyone, I'm Karen Keeves and I'm a music tech marketer and co-host of the Creator Suite podcast.
Awesome. So how's everybody doing this week? Like, what have we been up to? It's been kind of crazy in my world, like managing deadlines and, spring is here, all that good stuff.
I just been loving spring. I'm loving the fact that the weather is warming up. We get to go outside, we're obviously protected, but we get to get a little fresh air that feels very summerish already. So I'm all about the weather right now. Feeling good.
Yes, feeling really good. The sun's just so good for the soul. And speaking of beach behind, change of scenery, but
We
things
love
are
it.
going
We are
well.
so jealous.
I know. I'm trying to live your existence. Oh my gosh. Karen's at a secret location this week.
Oh my goodness. I love it. You know what I've also been loving is that artists have been dropping new music. So I've been super excited. Well, I'm not going to mention some of them, but Justin Bieber dropped a new album. I'm a Justin Bieber fan regardless. Okay. I love Justin Bieber.
Okay.
He dropped a new album.
Peaches is my jam.
Right? Isn't that song great?
Yes.
There's a few other, I can't remember. Right now TJ has a nice, good album for the younger audience. That it's a pretty album that's doing pretty well as well. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of coming down the pipeline that I'm going to keep an eye on that I like as well. So we're starting to see artists get back there, drop new music, and get ready to tour, and that's exciting for me.
No,
Stuff
totally.
to look forward to.
I know. On the women in music production tip, I know Kilimanzigo, she just dropped a remix, a whole string of remixes to her track Anxiety, where she had all these producers, I think about 5 producers that she really likes, remix her track. That was crazy. And then I know Georgia M. Muldrow is about to drop another album. I think it's later on this month or early May. I'm not sure if it's on Brain Feeder, but yeah, so that's what I'm looking out for.
You just launched something with a team of female producers, wasn't it?
Did I?
Give that a little bit of a plug. The sample
I mean, the Creator
pack.
Suite, the Creator Suite. Oh, right.
How
Yes.
could you forget?
How do I forget this? How do I forget these
The
things?
splice.
See, that's what happens. We're planning on having a round table on self-care. That's what happens when you're doing 18 million things at once. Mm-hmm. The Creator Suite just partnered with Splice to drop a sound pack called
Women Make Waves.
We dropped the Women Make Waves vocal sample pack in honor of International Women's Day last month, and we were blessed to have 31 brilliant creators contribute to this project. This pack has something for everyone, including pop vocal hooks, beatboxing, multi-language ad-libs, experimental vocal sound effects, catchy vocal synths, pitched voices, vocal risers, and much, much more. The beautiful part about this is that Splice offered to donate 100% of the proceeds from this pack to the Creator Suite. So this means we'll have more resources to support you. What's cool about it is that a lot of the things, a lot of the sounds in the pack don't sound like they're necessarily coming from a vocal, but they are. So it's a lot of variety in it. So I would, urge everybody to check it out, see if you like it. You do have to have a Splice subscription to download it, but, support.
Fantastic. I love it. I love to see more women in the forefront. I think Splice has been really good with promoting women in music production. I see in general. So that's good to have a company like that starting to be aware of the power of women making music.
For sure.
So fantastic. Congratulations to the Creator Suites. We got to get an applause.
Yeah. That means us.
Big up.
Right. Bang.
Yeah.
So what do we got happening today?
Today we are digging in the good old vault. We have a TCS vault, a Creator Suite vault. We've taped a lot of episodes. A lot of people know us for our video content. And so pre-pandemic, we shot a bunch of interviews, and we are releasing this month our interview with Sarah Too Ill, aka Sarah the Illstrumentalist, whichever way you want to flip it. She's an awesome music producer.
She really is.
She's a radio producer. She is a YouTube star, content creator. Her IG game is crazy. And she's just an all around cool person and really good spirit, really good energy. When I sat down with her, it was a complete vibe. Like, she was in town. I actually peeped that she was in town on her IG at the time in her stories. And I just hit her up like, oh, can I get an interview? And this was in 2018, December. And so me and my videographer, Jordan, shout out to Jordan, we went over to Manhattan Beach recording studio and we sat down with her, and it was really a good conversation, and it kind of landed in the space of how she's using her mindset to manifest her career path, you know?
I love it. And, I think she's one of those interesting producers that has really dived into the importance of content. If you look at her YouTube, everything that she's pushing out there, it's all about building her brand. And in a way, and I use this word loosely, but positioning herself as an influencer so that she is cultivating an audience and getting her name out there. So definitely looking forward to seeing what she has to say.
Yeah, me too. I've watched her on YouTube a lot and a lot of Instagram, and I always like her style of making music and her approach and teaching people how she goes about her music production, and just as an artist in general. Watching her growth online, it's been super interesting to watch, and just really happy for her. She's really is talented.
Yeah, super talented. She's also a videographer too. Like, she shoots a lot of her stuff. But since that video, which was almost 2 years ago, she's really done what she said she was going to do. She is now, like, she was in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't think she was full-time living in California. Now she lives in Venice Beach, in LA. She's a full-time producer, at on the Zane Lowe show on Apple Music 1. So, I mean, that's a big deal. You know what I mean?
100%.
Definitely.
To accomplish it in a matter of 2 years. She just came out with a workshop or an online course for machine users. And she's still working on developing a commune for artists. And so she wants to, have a place where artists could come, retreat, relax, and create, freely. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited that, we have this episode looking back at it, from 2 years ago. I don't know. It was enjoyable for me to watch, so.
Fantastic. Well, I hope the listeners will get a treat as well, as big a treat we did with this episode.
No doubt.
That's a few gems to walk away with.
For sure. So let's get right into it. Here's our episode with Sarah the llstrumentalist, aka Sarah Too Ill.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
So Sarah, thank you so much for doing this last minute. Welcome to the Creator Suite podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So let's get into it. We were kind of talking a little bit beforehand.
Right.
About the Sarah Too Ill consciousness.
Right. Absolutely.
Because I saw you I've become aware of you. I became aware of you 2 years ago.
Okay.
And
yeah, how did you come about me?
I think I was on the hunt for other women producers, right? And I was finding a lot more than I realized before I did that search.
Nice.
A little simple Google search opened up my life.
Good.
Right?
Good.
And so I saw you, and I was just like, basically the frequency of you posting was just started to increase, right? And then it's almost like you had a blog. I don't know if you always had that, but it felt like you made it official one day. It seemed like
a blog or
like video blog, like the way you were doing it on YouTube,
right?
Yeah. Vlogging.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a point where I started to consistently do it.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, she's killing it, because you're not only a beat maker, producer, you're a videographer.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you had the drone camera going. Yeah. I was like, yo, she's slaying right now, because I know how hard it is. I'm a videographer as well, in addition to engineering production.
Right.
And I know how hard it is to shoot yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I just want to get into the Sarah Too Ill consciousness, because I saw that growth. Right. I remember you announced, I was telling you before, a couple of days ago, you announced a couple of weeks, I have 10K guys, 10K subscribers on YouTube.
Right.
And I remember you were at 5K. I remember you were at 2K. You know what I mean? And this is in a 2-year period.
Right.
I just checked yesterday, 21K.
Right.
Congratulations. That's crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
Yo, and so was it... So I want this conversation to be about your mindset, the Sarah Too Ill consciousness.
Yeah.
Because you're always super ill and chill.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what how did you approach all this? I mean, we don't have to start from the beginning, but You made a conscious decision
Right.
to make this deliberate and consistent.
I think it's just a matter of making a decision in your head. I think a lot of people, when they dream of things, they dream of it, but it's a matter of putting action behind it. So making the decision of just doing it, and then just holding yourself accountable, because no one else will. I think people lack self-discipline. I think that's what it's about. Self-discipline is self-love. So when you
oh, she's already dropping them bombs. All right.
Yeah, basically, when you get older, you don't have your parents always telling you what to do. So you end up being an adult, which is fun. You get to do a lot of cool things, but you end up lacking the discipline that you need in order to do what you really want to do. So if you want to do something, you have all the tools and resources, especially now. There's no excuse to do. Like if you want to be famous, you can. You just have to put that work in. We have the internet. You can literally put stuff on Spotify right now. Spotify wants independent artists to directly send music to them, and you can get money and get paid directly. You don't have to do anything. You just literally have to just post your music. Like, you just have to do it. So it's just making that decision. So I made a decision to, I don't know what happened. I think I think it's like a mini addiction to like creating. So like yeah. So
Come on.
Well, I mean, it's just like I don't know, something happened, especially last year. I know what happened last year. For me, last year, like I had a lot of stomach issues, and I had a lot, like I was at a point where I was so sick where I had like this kind of epiphany to like start watching What the Health, which finally like got me to understand like why I was sick, and that's when I started changing my lifestyle. So when I changed my lifestyle, like I was doing well, but things started getting better. Like the abundance just got 12,000 times better. Like anything I ask for comes. Like I don't have no needs or wants. So.
Wait a minute, hold up. So there was a jump, there's a leap in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you changed your lifestyle, meaning you changed your eating?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just when you cleared up your eating.
Right. Yes.
It changed your whole life.
Absolutely.
Now,
that movie changed my life. There's not one movie that I can say that really has changed my life like that movie. Like I always tell people, watch What the Health. Like I was sick. I was really sick. I remember laying on the couch like deaf.
Were you still making? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Beats at the time and still posting on.
Oh yeah. Like that's why I really love Jay Dilla, because he was sick.
Wow.
And he would just make music. He would make music in his hospital bed. He was dying. Wow. He made beats, but no one really could, who knew he was sick.
Yeah.
So like, who knew I was sick?
Right.
It was a daily thing. I had acid reflux disease, so I would throw up acid every single morning, and it's only because I couldn't digest the food that they was feeding. The meat. It's long story short, the antibiotics they feed the animals. When you eat the animals, you ingest their antibiotics. So when you actually get sick and the doctors give you antibiotics, your body rejects it because you already have antibiotics in your system. So when I got sick, I had this infection on my arm and they gave me fluids. The next day I had acid reflux disease and I have no idea why. And it's because they gave me, my body rejected the antibiotics because I kept eating chicken. I've been eating chicken my whole life.
Right.
The chicken, all they do is feed chicken antibiotics so they could stay strong for 3 months and kill them so they can stay big and perfect. So after learning that, I was like, let me stop eating meat. And as soon as I stopped eating meat, I stopped getting sick. I would get sick every morning.
Wow.
Like a routine. Like I hated mornings.
For how long?
7, 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I started in college. So I was out here in New York. And I would be in the studio just like in so much pain.
Oh my gosh.
In college in so much pain. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
And that movie made you think, maybe I should.
Yeah. I start to learn that everything's a lie. The food system, education system, everything about our identity. So when I started embracing about when I started discovering who I am, things started coming to me more easily because it's effortless. It's
almost like the clarity was like open. It like opened. It made you more receptive, like opening up a channel.
Right.
And
it
was just flowing.
Yeah.
Wow. So that is how you made the decision
Right.
to become more deliberate.
Yeah. I honestly, to be quite honest, to be very honest, I
Yes.
was in a relationship,
Okay.
a really good relationship, and it ended abruptly.
Okay.
And I took it really hard. And when you go through those times, you end up losing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like when I was in that relationship, I never was creative. And then I realized like what love really is. And to me, like, music never really put me down. So every time I put something into music, when I make a beat, I get better. Every time I put something out there, it gets inspired by it. Every time I put something into something, it gets better. Like, it manifests into something bigger.
Yeah.
So I started putting that energy into music versus other people. So there was a point where, because I was going through depression, I decided to stop. You can only focus on one thing at a time. You can't focus on negative and positive at the same time. So I make decision when I have a negative thought, I make a decision to think positive, even though it's really hard. And it's okay to think negative sometimes, because it's, you have to have you have to have emotions. So that's part of being a human. But I have to make a decision to take care of myself, because like I said, it's about self-love, self-discipline, because no one's going to take care of me. No one's going to say, get your shit together and make beats. People are going to be like, go get a job, you're going to be all right, but I want to be happy. So what makes me happy? I make music. So I'm going to continue to focus on what makes me happy. And because I'm focusing on that, for some reason, it's working out.
It's growing.
And that's nice. It's really dope to even be in like the situation I'm in here, and I'm in this recording studio.
Tell us about this. How did you just land and descend upon New York City? Chilling.
I'm here with Epidemic Sounds, which is basically a music library, a music catalog that houses instrumentals for content creators. So for an example, if you watch YouTube video like Will Smith or Complex News and they have beats in the background, most likely that's from our catalog. It's one of our beats. So the Epidemic Sounds sent their U.S. producers here to New York for a music summit, so we could all meet each other, meet the team, because Epidemic Sound is actually located in Sweden. They have an office in New York and L.A., so they're kind of spread out. So they wanted to kind of get everyone here. So there's a party tomorrow and then the next day. So we're going to be meeting a lot of people that I've been FaceTiming a lot and finally get to meet. And we're spending time in the studio creating music and just having fun. So it's like a dream come true, just to literally all day just make music and get paid to be me, which is awesome. So,
I know.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that. You said that in one of your videos.
Yeah.
I was just like, that was like an aha moment for me.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's hashtag goals right there.
It's crazy. They're going to make that their mantra here. Like their,
wow.
Yeah, because when I said it, they were blown away with that. They're like, that's exactly what we're trying to do, is get producers to, or everyone to just get paid to be them. And I want everyone to get paid to be them. That's the whole goal. Like, people say, I want to be you when I grow up. I'm like, no, I want you to be you when you grow up. Like, I want you to be yourself. There's only one you. No one can be like you. No one can be like me.
Yeah.
No one can replace me. If I die, no one can replace me, but no one can replace you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, become the best person. There's something special about everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. No, it's almost like a alternate definition of entrepreneurship in a sense. Did you always have, in a sense that you decide what you want to do and you figure out a way to make money from it and have it sustain yourself, as opposed to doing something you think is going to make you money but not make you happy? You know what I mean? Like, was that a conscious decision when you were embarking upon this? Like, when you started and made a decision, I'm going to do it deliberate, was it to do it for a living, or it was just because what?
Because I was depressed.
And you knew that making music all the time is
what makes me happy.
What makes you happy?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I can be dead broke and make music, and it makes me happy.
Right.
If I could be rich and be doing the same exact thing every day, that's what I know.
That makes it even doper, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is like all this is just the ROI's happiness. Like this is where this old journey.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's about happiness. It's just about love and happiness. Yeah. About self-love. Love is about self-love. How can you love someone else if you don't love yourself?
Right.
So I had to love myself before I get a chance to love somebody else. So like I said, I had lost myself in a relationship. There's nothing wrong like with breakups. That's the human thing. But I think there's opportunities and negative things.
Of course.
So I had to figure that out. You know, there's a lot of bad things I went through growing up, and I had to just figure out how to turn that around into something positive. So.
How did you come to the point where you didn't want to make music for rappers, or I don't know if that also includes singers, but like, so it's a rapper thing. I don't want to make it a rapper
let's
thing.
Talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
No, because like it's I'll be honest, like
it's unique. I feel like this is a unique perspective. So I'm like,
So me personally, when I make music for myself.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to most rappers or people that randomly hit me up for beats, I don't know them and they ask me for beats. So and most people probably say, yeah, here's my beat. But me, I'm just like, no. And then sometimes they get offended and I'm just like, but it's my music and I don't know who you are. And I really feel like it's a relationship. It's like an intimate thing that's going on. Like I'm giving you my baby and you're going to do something to it. Like, I don't know you. I don't know what you're going to say because now people are really negative. Their energy, I'm very sensitive to people's energy and what they say in their content. So, like, I don't even listen to rap music. So why would I even participate in something like in that stuff? So, like, I don't. Like, I listen to a lot of, like, 90s rap music.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, what do you listen to? Like,
yeah.
Like, is there anything like you're like...
I just love instrumental. I just love R&B. I love Motown. I love vinyl, like listening to everything, like anything international, anything, like mainly instrumentals. I just love the type of music I make. I listen to other artists, like instrumentals and really chill stuff that make me feel good, things that just make me happy. But today, like if it's modern music, it'll be like some uplifting, like I get down to like maybe, some Bruno, but like other than that, like it's just I don't even turn on the radio. I listen to like I'll make a playlist or listen to a lot of older music from like the 90s or something like that. So it has more value or lyrical content. Now it's just like negative or ignorant. They're not saying anything.
How do you feel when I'm on the same thing?
Yeah,
I'm on the exact
but
same
I'm
thing.
gonna share this. If somebody that did approach me, let's say if Common approached me, I may make a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that would, because to me, like Jay Dilla and Kanye West made a beat for him. Like why would I turn him down? You know what I'm saying? Like that would be because he's
Sarah?
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm not gonna turn down a certain opportunity. It's just like 90% of the like a stranger, I'm not gonna just give you my beat.
Right.
And that my goal is to actually work and develop with artists. Like I don't want to just give you my beat. I want to spend time with you in the studio. I want to actually have a compound. I want to have a house, like an actual estate that has multiple rooms, just like this, like that allows artists to do things.
Estate's a little next level, though.
Oh yeah, that's
some
I'm on the next level.
Wild country.
I'm on the
for beat makers.
No, I'm on the not even just beat makers, for creatives. I want like a art studio. I want a classroom for like marketing or digital marketing, so people understand how to market themselves, not just to be creative, but learn how to actually get out to their audience, because it's a business. It's not just music business. It's music first, and then the business comes afterwards. But it's together. It's equal.
When did you realize that wow, I'm a business? Because you were just doing it off the strength of I'm happy, and
that's true.
Like something happened, it's like, oh, this is a business.
It's kind of funny because like I went to school for business and I never really understood like what to do with it.
Look at God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
exactly.
That's crazy.
It's crazy because
So let's go back. You lived out here for a minute.
So I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm the only child, and growing up, I've always wanted to open my own record label. I love Motown records. Barry Gordy is my inspiration.
Oh, I thought it was a relative. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Real exclusive.
No. No.
Daddy.
No, never knows. Daddy, is that my daddy? No. No, hold up.
Wait, we want one check.
Yeah. No, but basically, when I was in high school,
Yeah.
actually, it was my first biggest rejection. That's what probably showed me how to get through a lot of stuff. So I only got accepted into one college when I was in high school, thinking I would get accepted into all these colleges. You know, when they tell you through all these times, when you go through high school, you're so smart, your GPA, but I'm average compared to probably like all the other applicants that apply, you know. So I only got into one school. So I got into the local historically black college in North Carolina called North Carolina Central University, which is an awesome school. It's a great experience. So I decided to get my GPA up. I ran for freshman class president. And then I reapplied to all the schools that rejected me, and I got into St. John's University in New York City because I wanted to go be in an environment that allows me to learn music industry. So St. John's, he had a business school. I said, I'm going to go to business school and I'm going to intern. Since I'm in the city, I'm going to intern as much as I can. So when I came out here, I interned at UG Strategies, which is a marketing firm, for about 6 months. I actually studied abroad in 3 different countries. So I got to live in Salamanca, Spain, Rome, Italy, and Paris, France, for a semester, because St. John's that has a Discover the World program where it allows you to pick a couple of countries you can live in, because it's the same cost to do that if you're staying on campus.
Wow.
So you might as well go study abroad. If you don't do it, you're crazy, because you're spending a lot of money, so you might as well go do it. So when I came back, I interned at Platinum Sound Recording Studio for almost 2 years. And then almost at the end of that...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You interned there for 2 years? It wasn't a paid internship?
No.
Let's just pause here. That's real.
No, yeah, it was real.
Yeah.
Like,
that's putting in work.
Yeah, like I was... Yeah,
you learned a lot. Please tell me.
Yeah, it was an experience. And, you know, at the end, I told them, I was like, I need some money, y'all. And they're just like, there's nothing I can do. It's an experience. And I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I mean, it's just all love. It's just like an experience for me to get credit and just be able to just do that. And then at the same time, so I was at school. Yeah. There was a semester where I went to school. I interned at Platinum Sound, and I interned at MTV and VH1 as a production management intern. So I would literally, depending on which day, would run up the street, be at MTV network, and then literally the recording studios, the same block. And that night I would be at the studio, and then the next day I go to school, and then eventually I stop, and I open up my own record label.
While you were in college?
Yeah. So
what was it called?
Cum Laude Records. So I thought I was a rapper at this time, and we getting the full reveal.
Yeah. Okay.
So
is this common knowledge that you're an MC?
Now it is.
I mean, do I smell a freestyle? I mean,
no.
That's
the thing. Like, I'm not an MC. That's why I don't do it.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I know how to when to say no.
Okay, right. So you thought you were an MC?
Yeah, because I felt like there needed to be a presence for more lyrical, individual. You know, we can go on that tangent, but yeah.
Basically, what you're saying, you were never on the BS.
Right. I was. I basically would remake like Common songs and put my own lyrics behind it, like, because I love like his beats, like No ID. Yeah. I didn't realize at the time I was actually into the beats. You know what I'm saying? There was something that happened, and I had another epiphany down the line. So basically, in college, I started this. I got an LLC, and I started this record label. I started making my own music videos around the city and like just rapping. And then I graduated. When I came home, that's when, like, you know, you're just trying to find a job. I got a job, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I didn't make music for a long time. There was a really long hiatus of not doing anything. And there was
at the time. Sorry to cut you off, but were you making beats at the time? No.
I wasn't rapping. I wasn't doing anything.
No, I'm saying when you were rapping, were you playing instruments before then or no?
Oh yeah,
Guitar?
I've been a musician my whole life.
Right.
I've been playing guitar, piano, flute. I played band, jazz band in college. When I was in college, at the first school I went to, I played in the jazz band. And
what did you play?
At the time I hated it, but I now appreciate it.
What was the
I played
instrument?
the bass guitar. Yeah.
Upright?
No, just
Electric.
the electric guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But
Mhm.
at the time, yeah, I wish I could actually go back to learn
Mhm.
more in those
Theory?
classes, because there were some classic professors that work there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm a musician, but I was actually never really a great musician. I just knew how to play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So during this period after college, I bought a Native Instruments beat machine, and I remember spending like my tax refund on it, and it would sit in my room for a long time, and I'm like, you spent all this money on this thing, you keep buying instruments and you don't really do anything. So you're gonna have to change your mindset. And that was the kind of like the time I was going through a lot. So I just kind of just told myself, you're gonna be the best Native Instruments machine user ever. And I'm not sure if this is the time where this was the time, because I had little beats that I never finished. So what I did, I made a decision to do a 30-day beat challenge, where because I knew if you, after 28 days, you do something and it creates a habit. So after 30 days, it's locked in your head. So I made the decision to make a beat every single day, post it on SoundCloud, because on SoundCloud it'll tell you, this was posted 1 day ago, 2 days ago. So when you see you posted something and you haven't posted something the next day, you have to keep yourself accountable for posting it. So I would either finish old beats or start new ones and finish it and not get attached to it. And then I would learn how to I would learn my sound. I learned that I actually like sample-based music. So before actually what made me actually make beats was I was at work listening to SoundCloud. I had a DJ coworker that always listened to SoundCloud. He listened to Diplo playlists all the time, or Selection Radio, and I never knew what that was, but it was like the best like beats that I ever heard. Like some of like remixes, like they would remix like the song was Kaytranada, a remix of Janet Jackson's If, and that's what changed everything.
Your life?
Yeah, I was like,
get a t-shirt, Kaytranada changed my life.
Yes, yeah. It did. Yo, I met him, I told him that. Yeah, for
I saw that video.
Yeah, it changed my life straight up, because I wanted to know how he made that, because the song was better than the original song to me. I was like, this song goes hard. And then I wanted to know how to make beats, and then get better on the machine. I did the 30-day beat challenge, and then I make beats every day. And then because I make beats every day, what happens is I'm at work, and at work they give us 15-minute breaks, and on my 15-minute breaks I would make beats, because I remember I would play video games. They had a video game console and they took it away, and I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna bring my beat machine to work so I can get better. And I think that's what really kind of just made it happen. I never made an excuse to not make music. So if they gave me a break, then I'm going to be able to disconnect from that and do what I love. That gives me an inspiration, because I'll be at work. I could be with somebody and it stresses me out, but then I'm thinking in my head, I'm about to be on a break in a few minutes. I'm going to make a beat, whatever.
It's dope. It's almost
it gets
like,
me through the day.
Yeah, it's like, it's therapy, or it's even like yoga.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a upper.
It is.
Yeah.
When I'm in this world, I disconnect from it, and then I get to go in my own world. Because I remember meeting someone. Actually, I haven't really met her yet. Actually, was talking to her online. Her name's Vivi Patchouli, and I think she's a designer out here in New York.
Okay.
Fashion designer, and I have to meet her and thank her, because she told me to create your own world. Like, don't worry about other people, like create your own universe. So I had to figure out what that meant, like, and I have created my own world. Like, I do my own thing, and I don't worry about other people and what they think. So
you professionally mind your business is what you're telling us.
That, and just professionally do me, like, just be figure out what I like and just maximize on it. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
So I'm still trying to get to that point where it became a business.
Right.
I want you to break down for us, what does it take to, I don't want to say YouTuber because I feel like it's more than that. Like, what does it take to sustain yourself? Like to actually, be able to say I'm a I'm a content creator, I'm a creative entrepreneur.
Right.
Like I'm actually sustaining myself from the music and the creativity and the art that I make. Like what is your let's go day to day. Like what's your regimen? Like when you wake up, you do this, you know that you got to get 3 pieces of content out, you got to get 1. How do you do it? Like, is it like, do you feel like you're on the clock? Like,
well, this is my schedule. I work 5 days a week at the Apple Store. I fix computers. I specifically, they try to work with me. I work like the night shift. So that allows me to kind of sleep in late, which allows me to do things really late and then wake up really late. So I tend to wake up a little. My body wakes me up early to meditate.
Oh, you meditate? Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's part of the sour consciousness.
Yeah, I have to meditate and do yoga every day. I have to stretch my spine. My spine is very important.
Yeah,
I think it's important. It's the main part of your nervous system. So you have to stretch your spine out. But my body makes me do that. My body literally wakes me up around like 7:43 in the morning before the sun rises to like watch it and like be in peace with the day and be grateful, and like I say affirmations, and that's the most important thing, just being grateful, being present, and then saying affirmations for me, like
throughout the day.
Yes, consistently.
This is like, it sounds small, but this will change your world.
Absolutely.
This will change your life.
Your thoughts are creating your reality.
Speak on it.
Yeah. So when we live in a parallel reality, which means the person that you want to be already exists right now. You just have to already know that it exists. So for me, you have to get in the vibration of knowing that it exists versus wanting it. It's a different feeling.
And how do you get in it?
I'm going to say this.
Come on.
This may freak people out. I don't pray anymore. And I'll tell you the difference.
Okay.
So prayer is so the word pray, literally, the English words are deceiving. Okay. So the double meanings aren't double. They're exactly what they mean. Morning means to mourn. I don't say good morning. I say good rising or peace. No one.
Yo, she's going in. She's about to go off, Sarah.
Yeah.
Maybe buckle up.
What was the word that I was going to say?
Prayer.
Yeah, prayer. So basically, to pray is to be prayed on. Like when, if you think about it, people don't really realize where they get their religion from. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. So when you think about it, when you pray, this is going to mess some people up. Can I talk about?
Please.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Yo.
When you okay, I'm not gonna go too deep.
Go
but
deep.
Are you sure?
I want you to go off. I'm so serious though.
All right. So basically, this kind of freaked me out, but I this is kind of why I say I don't pray anymore. It's because like when you pray, you're being preyed on like a predator in prey. When you're with God, to me, I think you are God. If you put yourself on a lower level than God, then you're going to be treated that way. And that's why people's life are a certain way, because they feel like they're not God. I want to look at everyone in their face and say, you're God. Like you are the controller of your reality. Once you realize that you can have anything you want and that it's already there, that it's a different vibration. So a prayer, most people when they pray, they usually say, I want this. I need this. Like, God, please help me. I need this. I don't have it. And what happens is God doesn't know, or the universe doesn't know English words. It knows vibrations. So the vibration you're giving off is so let's say, for an example, I'm pretty sure it's in a YouTube video, and this kind of helped me understand it. Let's say if you need $20. The universe doesn't understand the words, I need $20. It knows the vibration of I need $20. So the universe always gives you what you want. So if you always feel that you need $20, the universe will always give you the situation of feeling that you need $20. So if you continue to beg and ask, I need $20, you're always going to feel like you don't have enough. So instead, tell the universe, think about the things that you're grateful for, that you have $20. I am grateful that I have $20. And guess what? The universe will continue to give you $20. Trust me. When I say I'm grateful for what I have, this is what I say, I'm happy and grateful now that money comes to me in frequent quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. If you think about all your bills and all the worries, like, you're going to have more bills and worries. But if you think about all the great things that are going, even if it's just like, I'm grateful to be breathing, because that's the ultimate gift. It's the present, like, to just be here. You're going to get to be present more. You're going to get abundance when you are grateful. So that I don't pray, I don't sit here and say, I need this, God, please. Instead I say, I am grateful and happy that I have this. I am. The most important words that you can say is I am, and what comes afterwards. If you say I am broke, your subconscious, it doesn't know that you're joking or that you're playing. It really thinks that you are broke. So you have to be careful about what you say or who's around, what they say, because it comes into your subconscious and you will become broke. So you have to say, no, I'm not. I am abundant. I am infinite abundance, or I am grateful for what I do have. And it just keeps coming more and more and more and more and more. Like, once you feel like you don't need anything, you have everything.
Gems, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I needed that reminder, yo, but that's all facts. Yeah. And, it's subtle, but it's not subtle. Like, you saying it, it could go over somebody's head.
Right.
It could just be like, because I've heard that said to me, and then I felt it.
Right.
And it's a big difference.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, wow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where you're at now.
Right.
And how long did it take for you to get to this? Is this something where you always were kind of in this vibe?
Just the past year.
Past year?
Yeah, since I stopped eating
wow.
meat. Yeah, I've been more spiritual. I feel like I've been on a journey, and I just feel like this past year has been, like, amplified. And it's just going to get even bigger. Like, someone just read my birth chart, like, 2 days ago.
You better do it, yeah.
Yeah, so, that was lit. Like, he told me pretty much who I am and why I'm here. And
you agreed with it?
Oh, yeah. Everything that it's called the solar system because it tells what your soul is. Mm-hmm. Like, your who you are. Mm-hmm. So when you have a birth chart of what time you're born, location, it tells you exactly who you are and why you're here and your personality traits, how you communicate with people, and,
What sign are you?
My son is an Aries.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. That means your son is what you give to the world?
My son is the main sign, the zodiac, like
where the sun was when you were born,
right.
Or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The moon sign is basically what my actual my inner personality is. Where the moon was when I was born, which is a Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay.
Yeah. But my rising is the Aries. So basically I come off as an Aries. I am an Aries, but when you get to know me, I'm actually a Scorpio.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what that means. So.
Okay. Interesting. So don't want to, I guess, move on to other things. Don't want to harp on it, but I still want to know what happens when you wake up. You say your affirmations.
So I wake up in the morning. Yeah. The first thing I do, I say the same affirmation, really long affirmation. It actually has to do with the compound because because that's my goal. Like, I intend to acquire a certain amount of money by a certain date in exchange to open a compound for creatives to stay and learn and embrace their dreams through consistently sharing through music video and content creation.
That sounds like it was part of the affirmation, wasn't it?
That is the affirmation, yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, when you desire something, you don't expect to get it without an exchange for something. So my exchange is to help others. I intend to be abundant. I am abundant so I can show other people to be abundant. And
you're actually manifesting that right now. I've been around, I've been around the country interviewing women in music production.
Yeah.
And almost everyone, when I ask them who inspires them, they say Sarah Too Ill.
Really?
And when I was like, that's crazy. I said Sarah's lit. I already knew it, but like,
that's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. To the far left, to the far, no, and I was like, wow, she's really doing it.
That's great.
Because when you're influencing your peers, that's like almost one of the ultimate goals.
It is the best feeling to just, when you think you're having a bad day and you see that you're inspiring someone, like, it gets you to just be like, I ain't going through nothing, bro. I'm helping someone else get through something. And I know who's inspiring me, and I know how much that has helped me.
Who's inspiring you?
Everyone. I feel like everyone inspires me, not just like big people, but little people. Like not little people, just everyday people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just people from like Quincy Jones, but down to like, like some of my coworkers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people inspire me to just do better and be a better person. So,
all right, affirmations. We still can't get past those affirmations.
Yeah, wake up. First thing I do an affirmation. My body wakes me up to meditate, which is just like stretching. I do like get a yoga mat and I stretch and just be quiet. Try not to think about anything. Just be at peace. And then eventually I'm either like low-key sleeping or like in a in-between state from meditating and sleeping. I'm in my bed usually after I'm stretching. I have like crystals.
I feel so relaxed just thinking about it. Like, wow. Yeah. And this is around what time? 7:43?
Yeah, 7, 8 o'clock. Wake up
late.
Yeah.
That's late?
No, I eventually probably wake up around 9 or 10 or something like that.
Okay.
Like just because I don't have to be at work until like 12 or 1 o'clock or something like that. So between that time, I'll try to cook for myself or go out to get something to eat or finish up projects. Like my schedule usually what I try to do is film a video at least once a week. So my 2 days off, I'm usually filming a video and then editing the video throughout the week while I'm at work. And then I make beats throughout that time too.
So how many, because you're posting every day though, how many pieces of content does that one video? I feel like I'm always seeing between No Quantize and the Sour to Ill page. I'm seeing things.
I probably do once a week, maybe twice a week.
No, cut it out.
No.
Yo, I gotta get my affirmations popping.
Right.
Wait a minute. Once, no. Who's posting on your page?
No, I think maybe.
What?
After.
It's an illusion of me. You post once a week?
Yeah, I don't try to saturate it that much. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, at least I do stories. I do stories, but I don't post my post on my actual
the Sarah
page.
to Ill page.
Yeah.
Instagram we talking
once
about?
a week, yeah. At least
Not
once
YouTube.
or twice a week.
Instagram, you're saying you only post once or
probably
twice a week.
Yeah.
You don't use
but
any.
weeks fly by.
Nah, I feel like I see multiple stuff like every day. Am I bugging? What is going on? Am I manifesting stuff on your page?
Some people repost things, so I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So when did you feel like you went from like, oh, I'm just making beats and I'm doing this to put up a camera? Because I remember when I spoke to you like maybe last year around this time, you were saying that nobody really like you don't have any peers or like a clique in Raleigh, North Carolina. Like what's the scene? What's the scene like out there?
Well, basically what happened was I actually had a coworker that quit her job to do YouTube full time.
Is that Tech Me Out?
Yes.
Okay. I'll put that connection together.
Yes, exactly.
Does she help you shoot some of your stuff?
She does, and I help her too. So
That's
it's just like a really cool relationship that we have. So
shout out to Tech Me Out.
Yeah, shout out to Tech Me Out because she we were working together for almost like 5 years, and like I never knew she did a YouTube channel. until she like quit. And she, because I asked her, I was just like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you quitting?" And she's like, "I'm doing YouTube full time." I was just like, "What?" And then she was just like, "I need some beats for my YouTube channel." And she's like, "How much do you charge?" And I was just like, "Well, hold on, let me just check out your YouTube channel real quick." And she had like 150,000 subscribers. I was like, how about I just give you beats and you just start shouting me out and like get them to my channel, because like I have like 1,000 subscribers. And then what happened? That's still amazing. And what happened was, she then told me, she's like, "Yeah, Kenmore, they just sent me a free washer and dryer. I'm done." And I was just like, "For free?" She's like, "Oh yeah, but I do reviews." I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "I do tech reviews." And I was just like, "So they send you something?" She's like, "Yeah, and they also pay me to talk about it." And I'm just like, excuse me? Like, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, I've heard about these things, but I didn't know it's true. But you're quitting? I was just like, wait, I was just mind blown, because I know what she makes, because we work the same job. I'm just like, you're quitting your job. I know how much insurance is.
That means you're making more.
You live by yourself. Well, I'm just like, inspiration.com. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just like being around her, she's showing me like how to reach out to brands, how to just not be afraid to just ask, hey, can in exchange for a video, can I talk about your product, or being able to understand how to negotiate a sponsorship, being able to know how to not to, because she's been through things where like she's, you know, had bad experiences, so she'll tell me about it and not want me to go through it. So it's just nice to know, you know, how to fill out an invoice or how to you know, make sure I know my value, because there's certain websites like Social Blue Book that tells you based off how many views and how many subscribers exactly how much you should be pitching.
Wow, that's good to know. Social Blue Book.
Mm-hmm. It
Okay,
literally goes by your social media accounts and tells you each account how much posts are. So if you have an Instagram account, it should tell you it's worth $50 a post or $500 a post or whatever a post on, you know, so you could, if someone offers you, because sometimes they'll come to you and say, what's your budget? Or how much is your videos? Because sometimes they don't tell you how much they're going to pay, because they may have a huge budget. So I'm going to tell y'all this. Ask them, what's your budget? Never tell them. If you can, ask them what their budget is first, because they may have a really big budget, you know. So I've learned things like that, because you may not know your value, you know.
Well, when you do that, the first thing that pops in my head is, do you feel like you're, since you didn't give a figure, you're kind of like, you know, you're leaving it open for them to lowball you, or for it to be in their hands?
You already know your value by going to Social Blue Book, by knowing like, this is how much I am at least expecting. What's your, because the thing is, like, sometimes they can't afford it. You know, sometimes they can only allow it, like, to just give you a product and maybe give you a discount code. Sometimes they can't pay you, which is totally fine, like, because some companies are small, you know. But there's some big companies that have thousands of dollars that may pay someone more money, you know, versus you.
So that's Social Blue Book.
Right, exactly. So you want to know your value and maybe ask them what their budget is. Okay. Because they may have a big budget. Yeah.
Bigger than the Social Blue Book.
Right, exactly. Right. So just, you know,
that's major though, to
like
have that.
Yeah.
Like that, it's in a way almost like a mentorship. Like
exactly. So she's helped me out a lot, and I think also working for a company that does well in marketing, understanding customer service very well, plus going to business school, plus knowing someone that already does YouTube, plus being passionate about music. I think that was for me, like the combination, like everything that I went through, going, like taking the risk by going to college out here and interning a whole lot, and understanding like how to just get in the industry. It's not easy. It's hard. It's not, it wasn't just me getting on YouTube. I literally like did a lot before I just start just showing people who I am, you know?
So everything's been organic. No, you didn't boost anything. No. It's all just like, what was the day that it was like, oh wow, I went from this, like from 2000 to,
it was the video that why I don't make beats for rappers.
So what were you before that, and what when you woke up?
It was around 10,000. Like it was right when I announced like it was 10,000. Because I remember talking to Epidemic. I just signed with them, and they
found you because of
because well, I think, I'm not sure. I would have to talk to David, but I think I actually know it's from YouTube, because of YouTube. I think I got on the compilation mixtape with the ladies, the Wow Women's of the World beat tape, and I think my song got on a playlist, and I think they heard my song on the Spotify playlist and reached out to me.
Shout out to Sadiva.
Yeah, exactly. Sadiva and the homegirls out there.
Australia.
Yes.
Melbourne.
But basically,
you're like legit like a YouTube influencer. You're like an influencer right now. Like, I mean, how does that feel? Do you feel like, oh, something has changed, or like, because people like recognize you when you go to certain places? Yeah. Like, how does that feel? Is it like weird, cool, or it's like whatever?
It's cool. I think
because we're in the Matrix.
It's fun. No, it's funny because like there was a point where I think it was kind of weird. Then I watched this recent video of Will Smith being asked by his niece, like, how does it feel to be famous?
Really?
And then he explained that it's awesome because, you know, people recognize you, and if you're a really good positive influence, he's like, you get a lot of free stuff, you get in places, just like explain. But then he's also like, when you're famous, you get lawsuits, and like, you know, people can treat you a certain way, you know, but most of the part, everyone's nice because he's Will Smith, you know. So I admire him and how he treats people. So every time like I go through something, I'm like, what would Will Smith do? You know, you know. So but yeah, with Epidemic, the cool thing about them is that I'm a music producer with them, plus I am a YouTuber. So I'm also an affiliate with them, which means that because I have a YouTube channel, I can promote them to get people to sign up for Epidemics in order for me to get a revenue as well. Because people need beats for their videos. So people want to use my beats all the time. They're always like, where can I get a beat? You know, can I use your beats for my video? Of course you can. You can go to epidemic.com and sign up for a month for free.
And how do we know it's a Sarah Too Ill beat? Is it?
Oh, it's there. Yeah, I'm in there. Yeah, it says my name and everything.
So it's by artists.
Yeah.
It's not by, and it's also, you could break it down by genre, by style, by, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, my name's the composer. They release it on streaming platforms, and we have EPs, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. They're really dope. It's not the typical label. We don't call it like a record label. It's like a music catalog that, like I said, content creators, they can go and get beats for their videos, but it's a little bit more advanced if you want to go into different levels. They also make customized beats for like commercials and videos and movies and games and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to get into that and compose for that type of stuff. But like being able to it's an outlet where producers are just doing instrumentals, and it's just not like a traditional label type of setup, which is really cool. I like it. It's not for everybody though. So
why do you say that?
What?
You have to be disciplined, of course. Like, what do you?
Well,
what are you
as
getting at?
a requirement, you can't be with the traditional licensing, because with Epidemic, they're a little bit more international.
Okay.
With like BMI or ASCAP, they're only in certain countries.
Right.
And that's why people ask, like, why can't I be registered with BMI in order to work with Epidemic? And it's because they need to license the music in other countries as well, like Asia and Africa and things that aren't BMI doesn't have access to.
Got it.
So that's the main reason. So it's not for everyone. People that are already using that publishing, they don't have the ability to work with Epidemic. So that's why it's not for everybody. So I was actually going to register things, but I was sampling things. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. And that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So your stuff is so your stuff is sample based.
Right.
But
it
doesn't fly at Epidemic.
Epidemic,
right?
yeah. So they have a whole library I can sample from. So their whole catalog is not just like hip hop instrumentals. They have a lot of jazz, international music.
Oh, okay.
So I go in there and sample, or I'll create something original, or we're here in the studio, like messing with different instruments, and we'll chop up the samples, or we're collaborating together. So yeah, stuff like that.
What is the next step for Sarah?
Well, for me, gonna be working for Beats One as an assistant producer next month.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I'll be working as an assistant producer for Beats One in LA for about 6 months, starting next month.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This has been like a couple years in the making, right?
So I'm going to be just getting that experience, networking, learning what it takes to be an assistant producer for a radio, because I don't know what that means. I'm a producer for music, but, it's different for a radio station.
Yo, you about to be out of here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to learn, what I can learn about that, and just see what I can take from it. My goal afterwards is to become a digital nomad. A digital nomad is someone that could work no matter where they are digitally.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, basically I can take my computer anywhere and work off of it, which means I want to be able to make music, like work with Epidemic, make beats for them. be able to live. So for an example, because I'm working with Epidemic and there's content creators that are using my beats, I get really cool invitations. So a gentleman from a YouTube channel called Sailing Doodles, he has a YouTube channel focused on him sailing across the world. And he has cool videos, drone shots in Thailand and in Bali and, you know, the Caribbean. And he's like, yeah, I use all your beats and I want to invite you to Thailand to come cruise.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, so things like that, I'm just like, you know, I'm at work right now. I need to quit my job, you know, and just go ahead and make that move. So I want to be able to take some time to travel and work digitally. And do that, and then eventually I would love to, because me personally, I've always wanted to have a big house, but not to live by myself. So that's why I want to own a compound to be able to share with others, for people to actually stay, not to just come for a day, but actually come for a couple of weeks and like be in a recording studio, or be able to draw or paint, or be able to learn photography or learn how to do digital marketing. And then be able to leave and fly on their own and be able to be their own content creator. Because some people they're talented, but they don't have all the resources. So I want to be able to give them those resources. So I just want to, like I said, be abundant to show other people how to be abundant. So I know I'm reaching a certain level where I'm sustaining my own, be able to take care of myself. So when I take care of myself, I'm able to take care of others. Yeah. So, you know, when, you know, it's my family, and then it's my friends, and then it's strangers. So I know I'm going to be able to reach that level. So that's the next level, is being able to take care of myself, be able to do what I love, and then be able to show others how to do the same thing. So that's pretty much my purpose. I remember the day I've figured that out, I was like crying. I was just like, my goal is to just love myself and do what makes me happy, to show other people how to do the same thing. And I know it's going to happen. So,
well, you're doing it.
Yeah,
for sure. Any word? Well, you gave us a bunch of words of wisdom, but any like encouragement or any advice for somebody who's just like starting out?
I love myself, but because I'm a Black female, I'm a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? All these negative like things that are probably against me that people don't really like. If I was like maybe a straight white man, I would, you know, that's a typical like successful thing that you probably see.
Stereotypical.
Yeah. And I just feel like, be yourself. Like, don't be afraid to just embrace your Blackness or your biracialness or your Asianness or your gayness or your musician side. Like, I just feel like that's the best part of you. Like, it's just being yourself. And that's the most important thing. It's just loving yourself and not caring about what other people think. So
we're going to leave it right there. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
For being here and allowing us to take up your time in the studio. More success to you. Thank you. Chill, peace, happiness, all that good stuff.
Same to you. I wish you peace and love and success to this amazing opportunity. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. And I received that. I don't receive it. Thank you. This podcast was recorded at Manhattan Beach Recording by Media Vision. Visit mediavzn.com for all of your podcast production, video live streaming, and videography needs. Hey, before you go, click the red subscribe button down below and be the first in line to get our content. And you can also follow the Creator Suite movement on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.